My name is Brijhana Epperson, and I am an athlete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
When I look at Brijhana, I see a determined child, perseverance, strength.
From the Podcast Detroit studios and Zoom everywhere else, The Making of Champions. Professional boxers inspiring amateur athletes to become champions. Presented by Joe Louis, champion of them all bourbon, in association with USA Boxing, Golden Gloves of America, and BigFightWeekend.com. Join your hosts, Tanya Cole and Marquise Johns, with special guests from around the world of amateur and pro boxing, celebrating the legacy of Joe Louis, whose status as the first African-American national hero showed the importance of being a leader and a role model inside and outside of the ring.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of The Making of Champions. Of course, always with me, I've got my friend Marquise Johns down there in Florida. Marquise, how are you?
Pretty good, Tanya. Thanks for having me on as always.
All right. So, give us a scoop, Marquise. Who do we have here? And let me know what I need to know, because I know you're probably going to write an article on this one in Big Fight Weekend soon.
Absolutely, Tanya. Today on the program, we are joined on The Making of Champions by a 2020 gold medalist, and not anyone that you would think would be a gold medalist, but one who hasn't a drive yet. We are joined, honestly, by royalty here, Tanya. We are joined by Brijhana Epperson and her father and trainer, Courtney Epperson. Guys, welcome to the program.
Hey, thank you.
Good morning.
First things first, let me ask this out the way, Brijhana, because you're 12 as we're talking to you currently, and you're a gold medalist and you're boxing. Go on.
Exactly.
And she went by split decision in the red corner, Brijhana Epperson.
Well, as you know, my name is Brijhana Epperson. I'm 12 years old, and I am the 2020 national champion. And I am also the 2019 Junior Olympic champion and 2019 Eastern Qualifier champion, 2018 Regional Silver Glove champion. So that's about it.
So that's only it. Let's say, And you forgot to mention you're Kansas City's first USA boxing national champion. Yeah. And that means a lot to me, a girl from Kansas City. So I have to give you your one-ups on that. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So, tell us, what is it like? Because I of course don't know. What's it like being called a national champion?
That's indescribable. It feels so good. It's been a lifelong dream for me. I've always wanted to be on a big stage, and this is just the beginning. I can't wait till the end of this year so I can do it again. Just the feeling is so indescribable. You can't really put words together to describe all of it.
I know, I'm sure it's quite unreal. And speaking of unreal, I know that you have some aspirations down the road. So you have all of these accolades behind you already, but you have this goal in 2028. And what is that goal?
In 2028, I'm going for the Olympics. That will just be, that's my number one goal. It's always going to be my number one goal. And I can't wait till 2028.
Okay.
Because boxing is more right now as far as gratification. I think we're gravitating towards boxing.
Boxing may take center stage. She wants to go to the 2028 Olympics. Yeah.
I love it.
So you've got 7 more years to get there. And, by then, Marquise, she'll have her driver's license, just so that you know. But besides that, how do you plan on getting there?
I plan on just working hard, keeping my motivation up. I plan on you know, trying to get as many fights as I possibly can, be ready, being prepared, you know. My dad, he's going to help me all throughout the way. So it's just dad, coach, daughter, boxer, you know, it's just, it matches.
Okay, so dad, coach, father, everything, sparring partner, okay? There you go.
Yeah.
So before we get into your role, you've got to tell me about the lowriders, you know, because I saw a video, I think it had to be like Fox 4. And, you know, I was like, okay, I'm wanting to watch it about Brijhana, but I saw the lowriders. And so you got to tell me about those. You've got to walk past those to get to the gym.
Coach Tino, this is him and Coach Maury own the gym, City Life Boxing Club. It was a garage before they decided they wanted to open up a center for the youth. And so right now he's clearing out the lower riders, but they're pretty nice though. I like them too.
I think those are part of the ambiance. You should be able to keep a couple of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's there now, so you might as well keep
exactly. That's right. That's all. Just put a little bit of paint on them and just keep them part of the gym. I have another quick question for you though. So tell us a little bit about you being coach for your daughter, and tell me about your gym.
Coaching Brijhana is from a father-daughter aspect. It was tough at first because, you know, this is my little girl. You know, and it's like, do I really want her doing this? But when she was young, I always said that she would be able to defend herself in any situation if it came up. So as we went along, she just one day out the blue asked, you know, hey, am I ever going to get to, you know, like spar and other people?
The real deal?
Right, other than you. And I'm like, do you really want to? And she's like, yeah. So we never turned back since then. This has been a fun ride. Again, you know, this is like my little best friend. So we're connected, we're tight. So coaching her is easy. And it's fun most of the days. Some days, most of the days, most of the days. You know,
He's supposed to say like most every day, right, Brijhana?
I've never been nervous about her being in the ring ever again.
Brijhana has won the Ohio National Qualifier, the gold medal at the Junior Olympics this year, and she's currently ranked #1 in the United States in her weight class and her age group.
Boxing, it definitely has made me stronger.
We have the father-daughter dynamic, so we have something different than most coaches have with their boxers. Yeah. You know, so we got the personal stuff and the business side of boxing. It works.
Sometimes you gotta be fun, sometimes you gotta be serious.
Yeah, I wanted to follow up on that with you guys, actually, because I was listening to the radio interview you guys did with ESPN, you guys in Kansas City there. You guys mentioned, Courtney, that you guys were doing this as self-defense for her starting at age 4. Did you think pretty much where you guys have gotten to where today currently, do you think you're going to get a gold medal? Do you think you get that far, honestly?
Then it wasn't even in my mind then.
Be a little one outside.
And until
It's a white paper. I'm in the middle of a meeting, so. Right.
Yeah. And until we went to that first spar and she just got better and better and better and better, then I was like, yeah, I mean, we can do this.
So break it down a little bit more for me. I just have to understand, you've got the letters ATG on your shirts for the gym. You didn't tell us what that is, what that means.
You want to try?
ATG, it means against the grain. It's just our logo. It's, you know, it's our motivation. It's always been ATG. It's always been lowercase t.
Okay.
For cross, you know, of Jesus Christ, you know, so it's always just been that. So we got our names imprinted on the back, so.
And that's a nice detail with across the middle. I did not know that.
Yeah.
You know, I just figured it was that. So that was nice that you brought that up. Now, one of the boxers, Marquise, I don't know if you know, that's associated with ATG is our friend Morgan Farrell down there.
Oh, I do.
So
okay.
yeah, so she's been on the show. She's been on the show. And so not only that, these guys have been down to visit our friends at the engine room too. And so they had a chance to meet Alan Green and Nita Ibarra as well, who have both also been on the show. Yeah. So you guys are gonna have to break that relationship down a little bit for us. So tell us a little bit about Morgan and what that's like having her as part of the team and how you interface with her, Brijhana. And then what was your experience like down at the engine room? Because they're another favorite gym of ours down there in Tulsa.
Well, we started going down there with Danielle to spar with Morgan. Okay. And we just clicked. We built a relationship, and when we would spar, we would go out to lunch afterwards, and and we just built the Morgan is a positive influence, major. And having her here with us has just been a plus, since she came here. But you're in face with her.
Morgan, she's like the best teammate a person can have. She's very positive. She's very hardworking. Morgan, she, after she got sick, she was building back up her strength, and so we were just always, always there for each other. And so she's like a friend to me now. And I mean, she's like best friends, and now we're.
Sounds like, Brijhana, that you're describing yourself when you describe her outside of part of not feeling well. So what do you feel that you bring to the team and your teammates? Because I know that you're an inspiration to me, and I'm without telling my age, almost 3 to 4 times your age. So what do you bring to the team?
Me, it's just my skill set. The skill set. You gotta bring the skill, you got to bring the technique, you got to bring the heart, and that's what we've always had, was just those 3 things, and bring them together. We're unstoppable. Me and Morgan kind of rub off on each other. She's picking up the skill set, and I'm getting off of her technique. So, I mean, all the things we're just combining together, and it's blossoming into a beautiful, beautiful flower.
Okay. So do you plan on heading back down to the engine room now that, Morgan's up here, up where you are in Kansas City? Mm-hmm. Do you plan on going back down to Tulsa? I know she's looking at Dad. Do you plan on doing that so you can do some more sparring? Because, there's some ladies down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We, I even hear there's a lot of great MMA ladies that are down there fighting. So yeah, we would definitely will go back down there. We'll take Morgan and Brijhana, go down and meet up with Nita. And
Rose is down there too. Rose Branscombe Anderson.
That's right. And
she's down there too. She's fierce. And so she used to play basketball, rugby. So you need to talk her up, because she's all about doing a bunch of other things really well too, like you.
And the other girl, Heather is her name.
I heard about Heather. Yeah. So more on the Making of Champions when we return. So speaking about multifaceted, multi-talented individuals, we're going to get back to you, Brijhana. We want to ask you a little bit about ballet. Okay, hold on 1 second. We'll take a quick break. We're going to take a pause. That's we put in commercials and stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, let's say hello to senior writer, BigFightWeekend.com, Marquise John.
Welcome back to the Making of Champions. So, Brijhana, I know that not only are you a boxer, but they don't do the boxing ballerina for nothing. So tell us about your work as a ballerina. I did some reading there, and I heard at one point in time that you trained about 6 to 9 hours every week for the Kansas City Ballet. And then tell us about I think this is your 3rd or 4th appearance.
Yes, so the Nutcracker, as you heard, it was 6 to 9 hours every week, just working and putting the stuff together for the ballet. And ballet's always been my number one. It took my heart when I was really young. You know, it's
How
just like,
young?
I don't know how young. I was always been connected to it. And, you know, it's just.
We knew that she wanted to be in ballet probably at the age of 3.
Okay.
Like, seriously, like, she would just twirl and twirl and twirl on her toes all day long. Like, we were like, okay, maybe this is the ballerina we got here. So let's go see. And she fit right in.
Okay.
Can only take 200 students. We are really excited that she was cast in the production this year. A lot of people have the misconception that dancing around is what you do in a ballet class.
Once you know more about it, then you'll know that it's a sport, because ballerinas have to work really, really hard.
Ballet is physically difficult, but it's also intellectually difficult. Both are extremely consuming sports, and it takes a lot of dedication and commitment for both of them. I think that it's a beautiful thing to see a student who goes out and tears down stereotypes.
Yeah, ballet, you know, especially when I started hearing about the Nutcracker, I was just getting so excited at the end of the year. Every year it was just super exciting. You know, I've got 3 different roles under my belt. I mean, it's just all 3 different roles. You know, I was a baby mouse my first year. You know, I was a Paula Chanel my second year. I took a break, but then I did a soldier. I was a soldier last year. And
what'd you do on your break?
Actually, on my break from ballet itself, I was at Alvin Ailey.
Okay, I love the Friends of Alvin Ailey.
Yeah, I was at Alvin Ailey for jazz, and you know, I clicked with that too. I like jazz, but not as much as I love ballet. Ballet is just ballet, boxing, it just fits together.
How so? How do you think that boxing is affected by your ballet gifts, and how is ballet influenced by your boxing gifts?
They not much is similar. They are two different
Nothing
worlds.
is similar.
Okay.
Yeah, it's totally 2 different worlds. You know, people are just like, wait, they don't match. They don't click together. They're not hand in hand. But to me, they just both come natural. And so it's just, you know, I had a lot of trouble, you know, first coming with boxing, because like I would just stand with my back straight up, and it used to drive my dad nuts. Because boxing, you got to be bent over, not straight up.
There you go. There you go. So tell me about Misty Copeland, and how has she influenced you, and why is she important to you?
Misty Copeland, she is my role model. She always has been. You know, she broke barriers. You know, she's a professional dancer, an African American professional dancer at that. You know, you know, it's just she's always been, you know, my number one coming for ballet. And you know, it's just, I watch her anytime I can. You know, it's just like, she's so exciting. She adds that flair to her dance, you know, and I'm like, I can do that. You know, it's just kind of pick it up from her. She's just a very, very important role in my ballet world. She always has been.
And it's the probably the fact that they're both from Kansas City. Misty's from here too.
Okay. Yeah. You know, I'm liking that. Yeah. So Marquise, from the boxing world, what do you want to know?
Yeah, actually, I want to follow back. Actually, you mentioned how boxing and ballet are 2 different things. How are you able actually to infuse both of them or combine both of them to use pretty much when you're in the ring?
Well, the footwork, okay. You got, in ballet, you got to be light on your toes. Boxing, you got to be light on your toes, and that's probably about it. That's the same between those 2 worlds. It's the footwork. You got to be light on your toes. You got to be fast. You know, it's just ballet. You know, you're on your toes constantly. You know, and it helps with boxing. You know, you got to be on your toes as well. So
yeah,
that.
Both are extremely mental sports. And so I know that since you are so busy, you're homeschooled. So tell us about your schedule. What does it look like for homeschooling, your practice schedule, and do you have time to sleep or do anything else?
Yes.
I want to know. I need some time management help here.
Yeah, so in the morning I wake up, you know, I grab my breakfast, and then I grab my homework. As soon as I get done with my breakfast, I grab my homework, do, you know, get out a couple of subjects, finish those out. Then I wait a few hours. Usually I can take a nap, get lunch, go to boxing. You know, right now because of COVID, ballet's kind of shut down. So, I mean, it's not really, that's not happening right now. So then I got boxing in the afternoon from 6 to 8. And then I go home, eat dinner, go to sleep.
It depends on what we got coming, you know, up on schedule. Like if there's a fight coming, we're usually up early in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning training, come back home, or if we're not training at home, start the homework, you know, and in the afternoon, we just go from there. When ballet is in session as well, man, we're like never home.
Never home.
I gotcha.
Man.
So I think you've got something coming up though, Brijhana, aren't you? I'm doing something like in July.
Yes, July, I have the Lubbock, Texas Junior Olympics this year.
Okay.
The 7th through the 17th, that's coming up. And then there's another boxing tournament that's going on right around that time. So, and then after that, then we got the national championships again. And so it's just, you have to build up. And so trying to get as many fights as I possibly can.
Did you say something about like wanting 10 fights?
Yes, I want at least fights this year. You know, if not that, 6 maybe, you know.
Oh man.
But it's not impossible. I almost had 10 my first year. I was very 2019. You know, I was almost never home. You know, I went there, came back, you know, right after that I had another fight, you know, so I was just warming up, you know. I
traveled a lot.
Yeah, I got at least
a lot that year.
Okay, so did you find out how much that kidney is worth though, Courtney?
I'm on hold. They're gonna contact
pending a response.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Brijhana, you know, we're gonna get you out there and get your face out there because, you know, that means sponsorship. Sponsorships means money, and that means you're on the road. So we're definitely gonna get you out there.
Thank you.
I know that you spend a lot of time, if you're not with your father sparring, you're spending your time sparring, like I kind of read somewhere 98% of your time sparring with young gentlemen. So what's that like?
Yeah.
Because you know they're coming in the ring thinking one thing.
It's a lot. You know, but you gotta be, as a girl, you know, sparring boys, you know, you gotta be on your, you know, gotta be on your A game, not A game, A+ game. You cannot let a single mistake. You cannot let them see a single mistake. They see that, they're gonna exploit it, and you know, well, I mean, that's not gonna go well. So
no, it's not. Well, tell us about your boxing strategy, because the few reels that I've seen, that you go kind of straight for the head. I mean, for somebody who doesn't like to take many hits to the face, because you know that's the objective, from what I understand from you, you don't want to get hit in the face. But you tend to, you know, dole it out to the face.
You know, it's like, it's get hit, not get hit. You know, you gotta get in there, come back. You know, it's just, you gotta be quick. You know? And so it's just, you got throw a few punches, you know, slip, roll, you know, get out of there, and then come right back. You know, so it's hit, not get hit again. You know, so it's just you got to go in, come out, get back in. There's no.
The strategy is to make them do what we want them to do, and when that happens, we can land our shots and get out the way defensively. You know what I mean? Chess, not checkers.
Yeah, because you said something about your strategy being different than kind of most. Is that part of what's different about your strategy?
Yes.
Without giving it all away.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to give up all the info.
No.
I know that, and I read somewhere about this combat funded program.
Yeah.
Is this how Brijhana got started in boxing, or what was the start in boxing? It's out of Jackson County.
Oh, the Whatsoever Club Boxing.
He'll take that one. Yeah, the Whatsoever Boxing.
Yeah,
what's that about?
That was the first team we joined.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the mission of that program, and what are they all about? Because I was reading something that sounded pretty interesting.
Yeah.
most is about helping the children stay off the streets. They also have after school programs, and but that's mainly the main mission.
Okay.
The youth in that area.
I gotcha. So does ATG, do you do a lot of that as well? Or are you focusing on your three main boxers that you have?
Yeah.
Well, we do a lot of community work. We'll go out and we pass out. Brijhana has what we call Brijhana's brown bags. She puts foodstuffs together and takes them out to the homeless. You know,
like that.
Yeah, we're in there too.
All right, so Brijhana, you're going to be up to doing that again this year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, let us know if you need any funds so that you can stuff some stuff in the brown bag. I'll be happy to send that your way.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. All right. And I want you to tell us a little bit more about all of these accolades too, Brijhana. And so not only do you have all these boxing accolades, you're starting to get recognized by your city because you're representing something much bigger than yourself at this point, much bigger than ATG, much bigger than being an African-American girl. Kansas City and the nation is starting to look at you. And so what is that like being sort of you were named the Children's Mercy's Rising Star Award?
You don't have to be defined by certain social norms. A girl is only supposed to do ballet, and we've gotten a lot of that. And be you. Be the best you can be.
Anybody can do anything. It doesn't matter your gender. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter your social status. It doesn't matter where you come from.
I know that I have the strength to do whatever I want to do. Whatever I want to do, I can do.
And I think right now, I think you're looking at possibly an award from like Kansas City, kind of best of the best. And so what is that like? And how is that voting going for the Kansas City sort of best of the best?
You know, having the Rising Star Award, it's very, you know, fun. It's exciting. It's just, like I said earlier, it's very undescribable, very unreal. It's really hard for, you know, kind of like a 12-year-old just to kind of understand all of this, but
you're doing a good job of it.
Yeah.
I often ask her, do you understand what's happening here?
I'm like, no.
Do you know what you just did? You know?
No.
And she's like,
no, not really.
I know it's important, but I don't know if you know, but Brijhana, you're one of our youngest boxers that we've interviewed on Mock, and I'm sure it's been the same for many other sports programs that you've been on.
Yeah.
I want to know sort of, how did you know that this was something that you want to do? And how do you know it's something that you're going to continue to want to do? Because right now, as you describe it, it's fun and everything, you're getting the notoriety. How do you know that 7 years from now, you're still going to want to do it?
Yeah.
So for my first fight, I was nervous. I had the butterflies. I mean, I was so nervous. And then once I got in the ring, I knew immediately that's where I went. That's where I belonged. You know, I won my first fight. So, I mean, it was definitely, it's just like, you know, you got to put that together. You know, it's just, in 7 years, I know I want to be doing this again. I know I'm always going to want to be doing this. And, you know, there's nothing that's going to change my mind. You know, boxing is just always been there for me. You know, it's like an outlet for me, you know, just kind of, if I have any type of anger of any sort, or I'm just upset, emotional, you know, I can just take it out on the people that I'm sparring, you know.
Right. There you go.
Boxing has just always been an outlet for me. You know, in ballet, it's also been an outlet. I can dance out my fears, you know, and, you know, you just got to let your emotions go. And usually when you just let it all go, you know, you usually can.
Okay.
It clicks for you.
So if Alvin Ailey's company approached you and said, hey, I'm going to give you X amount of dollars, come dance with us. Or if XYZ College said, hey, come box with us. We've got a really great school. What would you choose?
I don't know.
Yeah, don't look at her.
I'd be playing eeny, meeny, miny, mo between that. I don't know. boxing means everything to me. Ballet means everything to me. You know, there was just a way I could just blend them both together and I could just get the same thing at the same place. You know, it would just be, that's the place where I'm going to go. You know, if I had to choose boxing over ballet, it's just, I don't know.
It's a tough one. So tell us about this goal past the Olympics back in 2028 and your goal past college, your goal past masters and whatever else you want to do. Tell us about B2. If you could have both, you have this dream of B2.
Yeah.
Since there's currently no solution for it, you have one.
Yeah, so not only am I a boxer, not only am I a ballerina, but I'm also a bassist. I play the bass guitar.
B2,
B2, I want to know about we're gonna get to that too now.
Yeah.
Oh, this is high achiever. She wants to show something else too. But I want you to tell us about your dream with B2.
B2.
And that is, isn't that a gym that you want to open in the future?
Yes, it is. It's always, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be called B2. It's going to be half a boxing gym, half a ballet school. And it's just, you know, you can choose boxing, you can choose ballet, you can choose both. I mean, it's just, you know, that's always been a dream for me. And I can't wait.
Well, you know, I'm going to be much too old by the time that happens. Maybe you'll be doing some like therapy work or geriatric work, whatever. I hope you'll still take me if I move back to Kansas City. Courtney, I'm going to ask you that question. If she were given this option of to travel with Alvin Ailey's company or XYZ scholarship at a college, not that this is going to put any bearing on what she eventually decides to do, what would you hope as a father, as a coach?
I would hope she would choose whatever make her the happiest.
Good answer.
It's up to her. We had a conversation coming home from the gym one night, and she said, "I think I made my choice." And I'm like, "What choice? What do you?" I didn't know there was a choice on the paper. You know, she said, "I think when I turn 16, I'm going to do boxing." You know, majority of the time, and I said, "Well, you don't have to quit ballet. But if your mission is to go to the Olympics, you're gonna have to spend most of your time boxing. Now, you can go to a ballet class every now and when you get a break. You know, you don't have to give it up."
Right.
But, no, if she had to, if that was on the table for her, I would just say, you know, pick what makes you the happiest. You know,
there you go.
If you want to go to the college and go to ballet, go ahead. I mean, you know, that's good with me. Her happiness is number one. That's it.
Now, Marquise, we're going to take another quick break because I know Brijhana was telling us that she was a bassist too. That was coming out. She wanted to get that out. So I can tell that I can tell that bass line's in her. Those fingers are ready to move. So we're going to let her get set up with her bass guitar. You know, Brijhana, you made me pull out mine yesterday.
Oh,
I can't play anything on it. It's a 4-string. She's a nice one, so I might have to get lessons when I come to Kansas City. But we'll give you a second to get ready, and then we want you to do some sort of showdown, play down gig for us when you're ready. All right?
okay.
He's pretty good.
So Tanya, I didn't know you played.
You didn't hear what I said, Marquise. I said I have a bass guitar And then I pulled it out, looked at it, admired it, looked at the 4 strings, put my fingers on the strings and everything, you know, but I've not played it. So I need to get lessons probably.
Oh, no, I've heard that part. I want to make sure you want to repeat it.
Next
That's
time, yeah. So when you come to Atlanta, I'll let you see it, you know, but I played the clarinet when I was in school and the saxophone. So those are my instruments.
understood. Well, maybe it makes you feel any better, Tanya. I play a mean version on the piano, short and bread. Thankfully, Brijhana here plays basses and actually can play real instrument songs for us here. So
for ensemble.
Yeah.
All right. So are you going to give us a little bit of Flea? Or are you going to give us a little B.B. Dickerson? Or are you going to give us some Nathan Watts? I see Dad looking. She's like, all right. So you ready?
We got James Brown, I Feel Good. That's what we got right
now. Okay.
Okay, hold on a second.
Can you turn it up a little bit?
He's pretty good, Marquis. All right, so how much are you charging for lessons?
How much you charging for lessons?
20.
She's gonna put us on, so
You know, I'm trying to, you know,
we gotta get
that's your revenue for. It's like when you have the 15 minutes, you can be like, get on Zoom, lessons.
That's right.
And then practice.
Practice.
Perfect.
Perfect practice.
That was awesome. That was awesome, Brijhana.
Thank you.
How much time do you spend practicing the bass?
Yeah.
Usually around my lunchtime, you know, when I get a break between homework and boxing, that's usually where I can squeeze that in.
We haven't been on it in a minute because we're focusing on nationals.
And
it's
really good.
Thank you.
All right, Marquise. Big fight weekend. You've got this ballerina, you've got this boxer and a bassist, amongst other things. I'm sure a scholar. We didn't even get into schoolwork and all of that good stuff. Do you have any questions? Do you want to wrap it up with anything before we go?
Yeah, I do actually. Just one question for you guys. Actually, for you, Courtney, in general. Just walk me back to the origins of the logo on your shirt, guys. The against the grain boxing. Just walk me back through how you came up with the name of all of that.
Again, that way we all can hear it because I love the story of the cross.
Yeah.
It just, man, I just gave birth to this. I've been pregnant with this idea for probably 15 years.
Okay.
Maybe 6 years ago. I got my business license, and I've always been the person that I felt like I never did the things the same as everybody else, you know. So I just came up with Against the Grain LLC. Even when we train, we don't train the same as most boxing gyms. That's just my company. This is my name, Against the Grain LLC. We're Christian based, so that's the meaning of the cross in the middle.
Cross.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
There's much to be said about following the road less traveled.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
All right, Courtney and Brijhana, tell us how we can find you or follow you on social media. We want to know what's up coming up with the Junior Olympics in July. So how can we follow you?
You can follow us on Instagram at ATG Grind, Facebook Against the Grain LLC. That's my business page. My personal page is ATG Epperson. All the updates with Brijhana and bass guitar, ballet, you'll see them on there. And Morgan.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. Marquise Johnson, Big Fight Weekend.
You can follow me on Twitter at Weak Sauce Radio, same as Instagram as well, or you can just find me at the website bigfightweekend.com.
All right, Brijhana and Courtney. Brijhana, Kansas City's first USA Boxing National Champion, Kansas City's People Choice nominee. We want to figure out and find out how that goes for you in the upcoming weeks. and also the Children's Mercy Rising Star Award winner, boxer extraordinaire, ballerina extraordinaire, bassist extraordinaire.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming on our show. I'm Tanya Cole. You'll find me here on the Joe Louis Bourbon Facebook page. You'll find this podcast on Podbean and on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.